Welcome to the Saturday Cup of Joe podcast. This podcast is dedicated to EAS employees of the U.S. Postal Service and members of the National Association of Postal Supervisors. So, pour yourself a cup of coffee and join us for today's episode. And now, here's your host, Robert Wakefield.
Good morning, Branch 32, and good morning, Naps family. Listen, you guys really showed out last week. You really listened to the podcast. We saw people from California, Illinois, Tennessee, Maine, Texas, Georgia, New Jersey, New York, Arizona, Michigan, Minnesota, Washington State. Thank you all so much for listening to the Saturday Cup of Joe. We appreciate it. And some of you even watched on our YouTube channel, Naps Branch 32. So check that out. I'm Robert Wakefield. I'm your host. Thank you so much. And let's get ready and let's pour that first cup. It's never too early to start a financial adventure. This summer, we're helping our youngest members reach for the stars with a special boost to their savings. Open a new youth savings account with us and watch how fast your money grows. As a bonus, we will add $25 to your child's youth savings account when it's opened and enter them into a drawing for a chance to win a new iPad. The Nashville Post Office Credit Union, people helping people since 1925. And for our first cup this morning, we are continuing the series called Caffeine and Candidates, and where we're talking to different people running for different offices, and it's just been a fabulous little series. And today's guest is no stranger to the program. He's been on before. He's on again. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome the National Secretary Treasurer, Jimmy Warden. Jimmy, how are you?
How you doing, Bob? Everything is great. How's Branch 32 doing?
Branch 32 is fabulous. We're looking forward to coming to the National Convention, which will be here very soon. And we're bringing a record number for our branch. We're bringing 23 with 8 first-timers.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so we're pretty excited about it.
That is really fantastic.
Yeah,
yep.
We're really excited.
Actually, registration is high this year.
Oh, good. That's good. Yeah, that's good. So
everybody's looking forward to San Francisco.
Has the registration been about where you expected it to be, or has it been running a little behind?
I know it's higher than what we expected it to be. We could be hitting 1,300.
Oh my goodness, that'd be great. That would be absolutely fantastic. Well, the reason we have you on is because you are a candidate and you love caffeine. So with those two things in mind, we wanted to have you on. But first of all, before we start talking about your run for the executive vice president, I wanted to talk a little bit about your run as the secretary treasurer. Now, you were elected to that office when?
In 2021 in Dallas, Texas.
Okay, that was in Texas. Okay, I couldn't remember if it was Texas or if it was New Orleans. So it was definitely Texas, your first time.
Correct.
Okay, all right. So tell me what your greatest, if you were to sit down and say, okay, I'm looking back since the Texas convention, 2021, what is your greatest accomplishment as Secretary Treasurer?
Well, I don't look as my accomplishments. I look at it as accomplishments for NAPS.
Okay.
Some of the things that I accomplished was not done by me solely, but by you folks out there, the membership. One thing I think was really helped our organization was this was the first year that we did not have to take any money out of our investments
to
meet
great.
our expenses. And I think that might be the first year ever in the history of NAPS. But that's not me doing that. That was by the membership doing the right thing, realizing that the dues had to be increased. It was the executive board watching the expenses, et cetera. So it's a group thing that we were able to accomplish that. And membership rose a couple of months ago, nearly 2,900 since I took over.
Wow.
Increase. So but again, that's not me. That's the membership going out there, recruiting. I just gave you folks the tools. with the promotion report, the postmaster report. And this way you can see where those new members or those potential members are. And you folks went out there and you recruited. It's what you folks did. But those are two things that I'm proud of as an association that we were able to accomplish.
Well, that's great. And it's really important that when you are at a resident position that you think that way. I mean, you don't pat yourself on the back. You say, we did this. And I like that, Jimmy. I like that.
Correct.
Oh, man. So you've been the Secretary Treasurer, and now you have decided to run for Executive Vice President. And the first question that I want to ask you is, why?
Well, with Ivan deciding to retire and Chuck deciding to move up, I figured it's better, for the association and for myself to move up also, to take over the executive vice president's position. This way I can get to learn that position. I feel being in one position, it's always good to have another set of eyes and ears come in to help improve our association, what have you. And that's why I'm feeling, to go down to that office. I'm looking excited. I'm feeling really excited about going down there.
No.
It's very interesting. As you know, with you folks, you're always up on Capitol Hill during the LTS. And it's a challenge. It's going to be a challenge down there, getting things changed for our association for the betterment of the membership and for the Postal Service. So I'm looking forward to it.
Well, it sounds great because you'll do great at that job. And the fact is that I know you go to Capitol Hill a lot, but in the executive vice president position, you'll be going to Capitol Hill a lot more often.
Correct. Yep. I'll be getting my steps in.
Well, we'll be logging those steps here at the Saturday Cup of Joe. Once a week, we'll give you an update on how many steps Jimmy took in a week. That'd be a great update, wouldn't it? Oh, my goodness. So you've decided that you wanted to become the executive vice president because of, Chuck wanting to move up and all that good stuff. Are you excited about the challenge, or are you nervous about the challenge? Because I would be nervous if I was in your position.
I guess you could say a little of both.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I always get a little nervous, about going into a new position, even when I was in the Postal Service. But I believe that helped build my awareness to things. Mm-hmm. It helped me look at things as a whole and not just, not just straightforward. Right. I can get to see how everything works better. And that's always helped me throughout my career. But I'm looking forward to the challenge. I've already started meeting with some folks up on the Hill about 6 weeks ago. I met with the chairman, Comer.
Oh, okay.
And he's on a key committee, the Government Oversight Committee. We had coffee at the Republican building. I forget what they call it now.
Right. Whatever they call it.
The Republican Club.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Republican Club. Bob and I went up there and we spoke. And we had a good conversation for about 45 minutes.
Oh, wow. That's so good.
So he's going to be a key. Then right after that, Bob and I, we went over and we had lunch with Congressman Fume. Mm-hmm. He's the ranking member on the subcommittee of the government oversight, which is another key player. But it was good meeting them, starting to build that relationship with them. Interesting hearing what they had to say about the Postal Service. They're not too much. Congress really isn't in favor of increasing the borrowing limit.
They're not. I've heard that they weren't excited about that, and so I wonder why that is.
So they feel unless the Postal Service comes with a good, solid plan. They just don't want to keep throwing money, having say, okay, here's another $15 billion, then us going back in 18 months or 24 months, 2 years saying, oh, we need more money. No, they want a good, solid plan. They just don't want to be throwing money, at the Postal Service. So
exactly.
It's interesting because now we know what direction we may have to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's so true. And now, this is kind of off subject from your running for campaign, but I'm just curious, is delivering for America still a thing?
Yes.
So they're still doing that plan.
It slowed down somewhat, but yes. Okay. The PMG, Mr. Steiner, had stated that he is still on board with the Delivering for America plan.
Okay. And so you have met the PMG.
I met him at a greet and meet in the Postal Forum.
Oh, okay.
Just quickly, though. I didn't get a chance to meet him yet in his office.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if you got a chance to meet him at LTS or not, because I know he came to LTS.
Well, yeah, I really don't. I met him on the stage. Hey, how you doing? I really don't consider that as when meeting. I mean,
yeah, you didn't talk about coffee.
To talk to him. Right. About the Cup of Joe. I didn't get a chance to tell him on Saturday morning. You have to listen to Cup of Joe.
You know, that is one of my goals. I would love it if a PMG came on this program and talked to the NAPS people. I think that would be the greatest thrill of this podcast. It really would. Outside of you, of course.
You never know. You never know.
It's so true. You don't. So then, Jimmy, you've been crisscrossing the country, and you've been talking to branches. You've been to state conventions, branch meetings. You've just been everywhere. And what is the one message that you're telling everyone that you want to be the executive vice president?
Well, basically, I want to continue with our legislative agenda.
Mm-hmm.
We all know that to make the Postal Service a better place to work and improve the lives of our members, we have to get things changed in Congress.
Right. And
otherwise, if the Postal Service doesn't have any money, doesn't have any cash, it's tough to have them give us the raises that we expect to get.
Oh, exactly.
So we really got to get that, that the local people to go out and speak with their Congress folks, because the Postal Service, I don't know if you heard the Postmaster General Steiner, when he was on the Hill, there were certain things he was asking Congress for, which would help them financially. One was the CRS to recalculate the contribution.
Right.
They feel we're paying way too much for CSRS retirement. The FERS, they want to, instead of investing it in T-bills, to invest in, in the conservative market where we can get more on a return.
Oh, sure.
And there's also the appropriations bill. Every year, I believe, don't quote me on this. I know if I get the date wrong, Bob Levy will kill me. I believe it's been since like 1980 since the Postal Service ever asked for money from the appropriations bill. Now, every year, money is allocated in that bill for the Postal Service.
Oh, I did not know that.
But they they don't ask for it. So they may go back and he may start asking. This year was too late. So next year they may ask for those funds from the appropriation bill, which will help. And basically the money is to ensure that we have a delivery, 6-day delivery.
Right.
And everybody gets a delivery. Right.
That's so good. That is so good. Well, in the last couple of minutes that we have, what do you want the membership to know about Jimmy Warden that they don't already know?
Well, let me say one thing. I'm just glad my wife's not running against me because she probably beat me. Because everywhere I go, everybody says, "Where's your wife? You didn't bring your wife?"
Yeah, she would probably win. You're right.
Yep.
So one thing that so we're coming up on the election, we're coming up on the national convention, and just tell me a couple of things that you want the membership to really hone in about you running for executive vice president. What's the first thing you would do in that office?
Well, it's about the membership, and I've always said that. And you've heard my speech at the national convention. Mm-hmm. What I ask folks is for a mortgage. Lend me your vote for 2 years. If I can't do the job and I can't pay you back by doing the job, by paying you back that mortgage, then you're crazy to vote for me in 2 years. It's about the membership. It can't be about friendships or anything else. People, they got to be stingy and think of themselves. Who's going to best represent this association going forward? And I believe I've really tried to do that these last 5 years. And I think I've pretty much shown that with the increase in membership by giving the tools that you folks out there ask for, by controlling the budget. So it's all, like I said, it's all about the membership.
That's so good. Well, Jimmy, thank you so much for being on the Saturday Cup of Joe. We really do appreciate it.
No, it's always my pleasure.
And we will see you in a few weeks at the National Convention.
Sounds good. You're not going to ask me the final question?
I am. Yeah, I have one final question I have to ask you.
See, I listen to the Cup of Joe every week.
Yes, you do. And the question is that I've been asking everybody, you drink coffee, correct?
About 10 cups a day.
Okay. How do you take your coffee, black or with stuff in it?
You're going to love this. Regular.
What?
Now you're going to ask me what's regular.
I need to know that, yes.
See, in New York, it's a different thing. In New York, if you ask for a cup of coffee and they say, how do you want it? Regular. That's milk, 2 sugars. Now, I learned my lesson traveling around the country not to say regular because they look at me and they're like, what?
So regular means 2 sugars and some creamer.
No, milk.
Oh, milk.
Not cream.
Milk. Oh,
milk. It's got to be milk.
Okay.
Yep. Milk.
All right. Well, that's I will put that down. I don't know that anybody else has answered that question that way. Jimmy, thank you so much for being on the Saturday Cup of Joe, buddy.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you, Bob. Thank you for all you do for the membership.
Absolutely. This summer, cool off with a little something sweet from your friends at the Nashville Post Office Credit Union. From June through August, just stop by the credit union and enjoy free ice cream. Oh my goodness, if Brian Wagner lived in Tennessee. It's our way of saying thank you for being a part of our postal family. And while you're here, let us help you make your money work a little easier with honest service, great rates, and people who know you by name. The Nashville Post Office Credit Union, people helping people since 1925. And for our second cup today, let's talk about these obscure holidays for the week of July the 18th. Of course, today's July the 18th, and today there's something fishy going on here. It's National Caviar Day. That's today. I don't think I've ever had caviar. I don't know, but I have had this. July 19th, it's National Daiquiri Day. Always fun, always popular. On July 20th, we have Moon Day. That was the day that they landed on the moon back in 1969. July 21st is National Junk Food Day, followed by the 22nd, Hammock Day, and finally on the 23rd, it's Picnic Table Day. But I wanted to go back. There's one that's just really, where was it? Oh, it was on the 19th. Brian Wagner. The 19th is National Ice Cream Day. It's the third Sunday of the month of July. It's also the 19th is Stick Out Your Tongue Day. So I had to go and look, and I had to find out how to celebrate Stick Out Your Tongue Day. And here it is. This is the first thing they suggested. Stick out your tongue at everyone today. However, it would be wise to explain why you're doing it, especially when at work or driving down the road. Make it a group event. I think that our next picture for Branch 32 is going to be for National Stick Out Your Tongue Day. Take pictures to share it on social media. This says also eat foods like popsicles or grapes that will temporarily stain your tongue and then stick it out for all to see. So enough of that. I am done with all of that. And special thanks to Jimmy Warden for being on today's show. He is running for the Executive Vice President's position, and we wish him well in that. And so we'll be voting for that at the upcoming National Convention. I hope to see you all there. And thank you so much for listening to the Saturday Cup of Joe podcast presented by the Nashville Post Office Credit Union. And be sure you tell all your friends. We have a YouTube channel. That's right. Naps Branch 32 is what you can go look up. And wherever you get your podcasts, whether it's Spotify, Apple, you name it, we're on it. So share this with all your friends. Thanks so much for listening today. And remember, every great weekend starts with a great cup of Joe. We'll see you next time.
Thank you for tuning in to the Saturday Cup of Joe podcast. Please note that the views and opinions expressed in this podcast are solely those of Robert Wakefield and do not necessarily reflect the views of the National Association of Postal Supervisors. We welcome your questions and comments, so send those to SaturdayCupofJoe@gmail.com.